That was a perfect pass, and you got to have a great receiver at the end of it, and LeBron made it look good. So I haven't seen this replay, but in the middle of the game, it was a great connection.
3.5 quarters when we knew, having lost 2 in a row, they were going to come in here with great urgency. And when you have
I think the Pacers came back and kind of celebrated in the hallways and the Staples, and these guys remembered that. They came back.
You have to pick and choose your moments and your spots. But it's really
Jan and Pendergraph still did a great job of trying to anchor and hold the paint down. A lot of the credit goes to them. We as guards should have been able to help them out as well. But Roy was missed. He has a presence down there.
The Fighting Illini out-executed the Hoosiers during the final 4 minutes, but so much talk after the game about that last play. 0.9 seconds to play. Tyler Griffey scores, the buzzer goes off, the court is stormed.
Butler with one last ray of hope. An errant pass thrown up in the air. Roosevelt Jones grabs it. He goes the full length of the court, and at the buzzer, the shot is good. Butler wins 64-63, the first time they defeated 3 top 10 teams in one season.
I've been a Colt for almost all of my adult life. But I guess in life and in sports, we all know that nothing lasts forever.
It's a great experience. A lot of that first practice is always, you build it up so much in your mind. And even though it was a walkthrough, it's just nice to get out there and be with the guys.
Andrew Luck, trailing by 5 points with 4 seconds to play on 4th and 10, he delivered, tossing a shovel pass to Donnie Avery for the go-ahead score as the clock expired.
And then you always hesitate throwing the ball not in the end zone, for fear of clock running out, guy in bounds. I think it happened in the Georgia game, the night before. So looking downfield, but I guess took the calculated risk that Donnie could get there in the end zone.
You're a WNBA champion too. You need to celebrate as well.
Just to come back, oh my goodness. Watching them in playoffs last year and watching them go out and wanting to be a part of that just killed me last year. And to come back and fight through all of that and have my teammates who helped me through the whole process help me get a championship is unlike no other. I couldn't have imagined this right now.
Cody Zeller facing big brother Tyler's alma mater, and here late in the first half, Zeller with a miss and the putback slam. Hoosiers lead 46-37 going into the half. Now Tom Crean says the Hoosiers have 7 starters, and that includes Will Sheehy, who shows his worth here, spotting up for 3 of his 19 points. And then Zeller grabs the board and looks deep for Oladipo, who lays it in. Indiana routs North Carolina 83-59.
So much star power in the 70-man BMW championship field. One group included 14-time major champion Tiger Woods and world #1 Rory McIlroy, both on their game Thursday. Tiger birdieing 3 of his first 4 holes.
A lot of locker room happy right now. They passed a bunch of people up. Indiana being a Big Ten school, they passed a bunch of us up. We love it at Ball State now, and we came here to say we can play with y'all.
From Bloomington, I'm Jeremiah Johnson, Fox 69 Sports.
Get me open for the look, and just missed it. Didn't go down. Obviously, hate losing. Worst feeling in the world for me is losing, but I mean, you got to credit him.
And Purdue commit Basil Smotherman heaves the ball, a full court shot, bounce, bounce, bucket. Wildcats down 33-27 after 2.
I was nearly lapping Hornish. I was in his draft to overtake him when I picked up the puncher, and he ended up winning the race. I was coming to lap him. I remember, like, with 22 to go, I had a 19.6 second lead. I was so sad.
Voices in the air, I hear them loud and clear, telling me to listen. Whispers in my ear, nothing can compare. I just wanna listen.
This is a story of facing the most dominant pitcher of all. Fastball, curveball, one never knows what life might throw to you. But to beat her, you take the support of those around you, and you must have patience, strength, the will to dig in, and have the courage to face life into the eyes. And even when life caught Sullivan Sr., Allie Bennett, down and away, she still beat her to the bag, something she's done in softball since she was a child.
Didn't really have much of a chance. It was pretty much ingrained. Anywhere we went, we took her to the field. So she knew about softball from the time she could really walk.
Since Bennett has taken steps, her mother Sherry and father Tony have been at her side and are now assistant coaches to her high school softball team.
Now, you never know how good your kid's going to be, you know. I mean, she, like most young kids, you know, struggles a little bit, you know, learning the game, but she had a little knack for it, and I said she's going to do pretty good.
Bennett was better than good. She was great. A starting freshman on her varsity team, she finished second on the Golden Arrows in batting average. But come sophomore year in her soccer season, Bennett had a life-changing circumstance none could have predicted.
Actually happened in sectionals. I got hurt. I don't know, I did a slide tackle, and that's when I finally, you know, my hip was just giving out all the time, and finally they thought it was just a hip pull and a strain in my hip.
It just didn't get any better, you know. I mean, it just didn't get any better, and she got where she was walking bent over a little bit, and me and her mother says we need to get this checked out.
It was 2 weeks of basketball, and she did like a jump stop and shot, and she said it just killed her. Just hurt really bad.
As Bennett found out one October afternoon, the injury was worse than expected.
I had a camp for basketball, and my mom pulled me out, and I could tell she'd been crying. So I was like, oh my God, who's hurt? Finally, they sat me down, and they were like, they called us and they said, you have cancer. We're gonna try to have surgery to get it removed, but if it can't, then you might have to do chemo.
Bennett was diagnosed with anaplastic large cell lymphoma stage 4 non-Hodgkin's. But after 15 months of extreme chemotherapy and the support of her community that raised money for treatments through sporting events, Bennett found herself on the road to recovery. And despite a bout against cancer, Bennett's love for the game of softball did not wither. However, her doctor told her she wouldn't be able to play contact sports while receiving chemotherapy injections into her chest. And at that point, that's when the Bennetts got a little creative with an invention. They took a trip to their local sporting goods store, bought a fencing bra and a heart guard, put the two together, and voila! Allie Bennett was back on the softball field once again.
And it's actually used to have these long straps, and you would, strap it around you for people who have, heart problems. And we got that, me and Mom got the idea that if we cut the straps and we sewed it on in the place, that hopefully it would stay on, and that, it would help guard my port.
I had her take a ball and kind of, because if it was tender or hurt anywhere at all, this wasn't going to happen.
And we started out slow. We just rolled some balls and stuff like that, and then we started hitting to her, and she had a couple come up and bounce and hit her chest, and I, again, hold my breath, but she said no, it didn't even faze me.
Bennett returned to the field for the Golden Arrows her junior year, and though she wasn't back to form yet, Bennett just wanted to show her teammates that she was one of the girls once again, and that she was giving it her all on each pitch, out, and inning.
I wanted to be, sad about this, and I didn't know if I could come back out here and do this. But I finally, just sat down. I was like, I can do this. I can push myself. It's gonna take a while, but I can get back into this. And then when I played all summer, I knew I could do it. And there was times I got to balls that I never thought I could get to, being in that condition. And, that also drove me to, want to be fully back.
Bennett is currently rounding the bases for Sullivan one more time her senior year. She's on pace to graduate with her classmates with a 3.6 GPA this spring, not missing a single beat in the classroom due to chemotherapy. Her head coaches named her captain of the softball team, but she's also returned to 2 other sports, helping both the school's soccer and basketball squads win sectional championships, and also donating her time with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I think I have found my hero, and that's my daughter.
And if you have something that you want and you're really driving for, then you have to go for it. And you can't think that, oh, I can't do it, I won't be able to come back. You can always come back.